My name is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom in Food. Are you on the rodeo tour of food plans? Do you go from town to town, state to state, country to country, trying to find the right thing that's going to give you the ultimate? Like winning at a rodeo, you'll be winning with the scale dropping? Is that how you're doing it? This time of year? The holiday season? Are you cray-cray? Call me. Call me. I got solutions for you. And they only require a 30-day stay. So you can avoid the holiday season. So if you're jumping from, the rodeo rules and regs of, say, a place in Texas, and you're going to Oklahoma, then you're going to go to Alabama, then you're going to go to Kansas. And each time you go, there's new rules and regs, and it's like, I like this one better. This one is much better. It might pay more. It might have less restrictions on what you're allowed to do. It might have a shorter time period that you have to stay on the bucking bronco. That's how it is for some of us with a food plan. We jump and think that the answer is there. We struggle, we jump to another one, and we think the answer is there. The stick-to-itiveness just slowly disintegrates. And one of the things that I've learned in all of my years is that the same persnickety items show up in food plan after food plan as you're not supposed to have. Some say you can have modified amounts in their plan, and so we think, oh, this is good, I can continue. But who's running your show? Is the bucking bronco really taking over your life and saying, I'm going to do it this way, and you just go along? Or are you in control of that bronco? Do you have the stamina and the strength and the wherewithal to be the mind over the matter? So, if you are jumping, and if you are finding that whatever you're doing isn't working, my suggestion is you get to tweaking the food items in the plan and not jumping to something that might have a different solution. It's going to mess with your head, and it's going to mess with your body. I mean, your body doesn't know, oh, we've switched. Okay, now we can metabolize that. It's not going to work that way. Pick your rodeo and stick with it. Trust the process of it. If there's something in the process that makes you feel it's not working, then look to your tracker. Don't look to another program. Look and see, what am I having on this new food program that seemed like a better jump to than what I was doing before? Because the answer, the miracle, the wonderfulness might not be in this next new program. There's something about a new program. It brings on this energy, this vitality, the shopping for the products. This time it'll work. I know it. I'm so excited. I can do this. And so if you're like me and an addict through and through, you will overstock up on all of the items this new food plan allows. And I've done that so many times. Hence, my pantry throwouts have been legendary. What am I thinking? The pantries, the food pantries, and the shelter that I worked at were always blessed with my casts off because I just bought so much stuff for this new, it's going to work, I know it is, food plan. The new rodeo. The new guy in town with the new rodeo, and this time it's going to be different. I'm still bringing myself. I'm still bringing myself to the new rodeo and thinking that what I'm going to be doing is going to be turning out okay. You know what insanity is? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and seeking different results. So you could have insanity within one food program that you're following, one food plan, and you're doing it the same way, and the insanity is it's not giving you the results. That's when I say go to thy tracker and seek some help from somebody. You know, ask me, ask somebody else on a podcast that you watch. See if they'll answer you. What are you having in your food plan that is keeping you from losing weight? Just because it's quote unquote allowed, like a Smart Points program where you can have whatever you want, or counting calories where you can have whatever you want, are you swapping out a nutritionally dense idea, program, or item, thing on the menu to have something that is going to trigger the addict in you and start getting messy thinking with all of that, light you up and screw up the metabolism that was already established? I've done that so many times, thinking that this program I like, I'm allowed. Have any of you ever done that? Gone onto a program and seen what they don't allow and say, oh, I'm not doing this, I'm not giving up that. Well, for me, it's usually caffeine. I'm not giving that up. So I'm just wanting you to be aware that food plan jumping, before you do that, before you jump to something that's going to have the answer, that's going to be it, that you can go out and buy, like I did, $300 worth of food that supports that food plan, take a look at your tracker. I mean, do you really want to do this or not, right? Do you want to lose weight? Then let's get real. Or do you want to just get excited about a new, oh my God, I'm so glad I found this program that's still going to get boring after a week or two? It does that. After that initial flush of water that's surrounding your cells from having things that you might not lose weight from eating, even if they're allowed, it's going to get boring again. And that's the dive-in time. That's the time that I had to learn to say to myself, you going to stick with it or what? Did you bring the adult to this party this time? Do you understand that you're that much older, you've been messing with your metabolism that much longer? It's going to take a while. There could be lulls. A lull is also known as a plateau. And instead of jumping ship at a plateau, doubling down and looking at your tracker, I'll help any one of you. You know I answer everybody's comments. I want you to succeed at the program that you're doing. I don't want you to rebel with a stash that you have in your house, that you're having, that you think you can get away with and still lose weight. I don't think you can, but that's just me saying it. I just tried it all so many different ways, and I finally had to realize that there is more wisdom and sage advice and scientists that have done things to prove that I might need another source of information rather than my head. My head is a dangerous neighborhood. My head wants to have what it wants to have. It doesn't want to go without. It doesn't want to have to sacrifice. No, because I've done other food programs 2 decades ago, or maybe even the same one, and I lost weight. So I want to stay with this. So if you're staying with it and you're not losing, go to the tracker first. Don't go out there and join another different weight loss program before giving it your all. Trust me, you see so many successful people with a whatever food program they're on. In my case, it always came back to the sugars and the grains. I couldn't have the sugars and I couldn't have the grains. They were addictive to hear, and it's something I had to give up. And what happened? After a few weeks of giving them up, the cravings began to lessen. If I see a visual, I get triggered, but it's not a craving. It's not a physical craving. It's a visual trigger that I can either take to the party and end up binging, or I can sit there and put into play all the things that I know. That probably means I'll have a little more fat to satiate me, because fat kills my cravings. You have to figure it out for yourself, what works for you. And it will work for you if you stay devoted and committed to what you know works. Give it a chance. It's a human body. It's going to rebel. Quit jumping. Stay with the one that you brought to the dance and go into your tracker and say, one of my favorite sayings is, there are none so blind as those who will not see. If you can't see something that is stalling your weight or making you want to be on a different program, check in with somebody else, a trusted person online, in your life, in your home, that you work with, that's had a success with whatever food plan it's on at your meetings. Ask them. Be humble. See what it is that you're doing. Success can be yours. It can be. You don't have to jump to get what you want done, or at least in your mind. That's a fantasy, because everything remains to be work if you're going to do it. So once I gave up the sugars and the grains, it's keto, low carb, high fat for me, and I'm not looking back. But I have stalls, I have plateaus, I have weight gain. It happens. If you stay with something long enough, you'll see you're aging, your metabolism's slowing down, more tweaking. I had to lower my calories. I did. Did I want to? No, but I didn't find another food program. I stuck with the one that I know has worked for me for the last 17, 18 months, and I'm not going back. I'm here to help. You can private message me on Facebook, or you can public message me on my YouTube channel. But I'm here to help. You're not alone in this, and you don't have to jump ship, okay? You can stay with the one that you went to the dance with and just tweak. That's all it might take, is just a little tweak. Have a wonderful day. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food. Bye-bye for now.